Hey guys, Peter here again from the Missing Collectible podcast. I did not expect to be back so soon with the final Super Meat Boy Iron Man run, but this is my run of Impossible Boy, which is the 20 hardest levels in the game. It's all of Cotton Alley Dark World at one time without dying. I will be exiting to map a lot during this run, especially as we get to the later levels, because I get so nervous that I keep losing my grip on the controller. I almost drop it at one point. You'll see it in the run if you could spot it. But let's jump right in. So number 20 is a lot like number 20 in Light World, except backwards. As you get more practice in this level, the saws that are coming down matter less and less, because as long as you go fast, they don't come anywhere near you. There isn't too much to say. If you can do the Light World version of this, you could probably do the Dark World version of this. There are a few extra saws here at the end than compared to the Light World version. 19 is a level that's pretty hard to get the timing down. Obviously the hardest part is at the end of the level, but once you practice it a lot, it becomes surprisingly consistent. The key is to not be running at all when you get to this top level and just jump in time. All the jumps are exactly in time with each other. Sometimes it helps to count as you jump. One, again, like the Light World version, is a level that shouldn't be too hard compared to the rest of the world, but it is a level I mess up a lot. And I actually have very sloppy execution on this run. This jump right here is the hardest jump, and I go way too close to that saw there. 2's a level that you can see a lot of other people go extremely fast on. I sometimes can do it, but I was much more consistent when I went slow. And, you know, I know it's painfully slow, but when you want to make sure that you live, you go with what works for you. Level 3 is a level that when you watch a lot of videos, people fly through and do really easily, it seems. For me, I had a lot of trouble with it. My secret was on the last 2 buzzsaws, I needed to go past them, and I always needed to do that consciously, like that was never second nature for me. But eventually I did get it down. Level 4 is one that you just need to do a few times, and then you almost never die on it. Level 5 is another one where people can fly through. If you go immediately, pretty much non-stop, you can do the entire level in, I don't know exactly how many seconds it is, but it's really fast and way faster than I do it. But I found that I was most successful when I went slow and took my time, just waiting for those really clear openings. I actually find this level easier than the Light World version. Level 6 is a level that once you know how to do, you get pretty consistent at it. I actually need to exit the map here because I'm going a little slow, and the platform will disappear before I can get there. But that's much better than dying. Level 7 has a trick called Magic Pixels, where if you find the exact frame to stand, you can shoot all the way to the top, but it has like a 50-50% chance of killing you, so I don't really go for it. 8's another level that was hard for me to get consistent. If you jump right when they hit the middle column, then you almost always land in a safe spot. 9's a level that during practice either killed me like 15-20 times or never killed me at all. Luckily on this run it didn't kill me at all. There isn't too much to say on 10 other than practice it a lot, and I know that sounds like I keep saying that on every level, but that's really all this is just keep practicing until you get it all down. "11 is another level that I find easier than the Light World version. When you don't have the rocket shooting at you constantly, it's pretty easy to get really consistent and really down. Like, I know how far I can push these saws just from playing the level so many times. 12 is when I really start to get nervous, and you're going to start to see it in some of the gameplay decisions I make, and pretty close calls that start to happen, especially towards the end. But normally 12 isn't supposed to be a hard level. It's obviously harder than its Light World counterpart, but in terms of comparing it to other levels in Dark World Cotton Alley, this is not a bad one. Unfortunately, there aren't any tricks. It's kind of just practice, learn to do it. And you can see I'm being overly cautious because at this point I have a ton of levels that I've beaten. "13 was kind of my do or die level. It's a level that during practice killed me constantly, but you know, it's a level that you can get down eventually. I'd say it's probably my personally hardest level. I usually die at least once when I get to it, but once I beat it here, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get the rest of them if I don't make a stupid mistake. 14, you see a few different ways to do this level. This is the way that I prefer to do it. It took probably hundreds of deaths to get that level down. 15, you just want to hide in this corner here. And you can see as I try to jump to Meat Boy here, I'm going to mess it all up, and I'm going to need to exit the map at the last second. Right about here, I was so nervous that I could hear my heart beating in my ears. I was like, I don't know. I don't normally like panic during video game sessions, but like my palms don't normally sweat on the controller, but they were really going crazy. And so at this point I messed it up a second time, and I'm not actually sure if I died or not because the pause screen cuts off Bandage Girl, but I operate assuming that I didn't die. If you do a freeze frame, you can clearly see that I didn't, which obviously I wouldn't get the trophy if I had, but at the time I wasn't 100% confident. But luckily, third time's a charm, and I make it to Meat Boy this time. 16's a level that I complained about in my Light World version of it, but it doesn't get that much harder in the Dark World version, and by the time you get to it compared to all of the other levels in Dark World, you actually get it down pretty easily. Like, it's pretty unusual for me to die on 16. 17's all about knowing the path to take. Once you have that down, you can get it almost every time. And 18's a level that I've seen done a bunch of different ways. Some people will like to wrangle up all these guys into one, like put them on top of each other so they act like one single guy. Some people will do crazy things where they get the key immediately and then just dodge them the rest of the time. I have no idea how those people do it. They're absolutely insane. What I usually like to do is wrangle them all up and then throw them off screen and then just wait till I can get to the exit. And since I'm fairly certain that this is my last level, I'm being insanely cautious and exiting the map when it's even a little bit off. Probably some of those were okay. And so all you want to do is draw circles around them and draw tighter and tighter circles until they all go together like that. Then you want to go to the top, throw them off screen, grab the key, and just wait it out. And that's going to be Impossible Boy. So if you are going for these trophies, if you really want the platinum and you're getting discouraged, just keep in mind that it took me over 2 years, and that's just on the PS4 version. I bought this game when it came out on the 360 version. It took over 600 deaths my first time through Dark World Cotton Alley. It took well over thousands and thousands of deaths in order to get all of the trophies. I got discouraged multiple times, but it's really platinum about not giving up and giving it your all. If you like this video, if you want to see other videos like it for other games or other trophies in Meat Boy, leave a comment below, check out our podcast in the description, and happy trophy hunting.